Usually Val and I can agree on an idea pretty quickly, but for Californication, we argued for literally weeks trying to come up with the right idea. And we finally called the management and said, you know what?
It's not coming together.
We don't have an idea that we both like, and it's just, we may just have to bow out. Mark Ryder, who works with the band, came back and said, listen, just give it one last try. And somehow we came up with the idea of a video game.
We all had to contribute different elements of our personality to kind of make this together. And that's why you have me kind of swimming in the ocean with the sharks, and how Chad ended up on a snowboard, I'll never know, because I don't think he ever has been on a snowboard.
Well, I'm a pretty good snowboarder. I've never snowboarded in my life.
The premise of the game was fairly simple. Each member of the band starts in a different part of California, and their goal is to hook up in Los Angeles and, you know, come together as a band. They just move through various obstacles on their way to their central meeting place. They end up in downtown LA as the city collapses around them, and they fall into the center of the earth, and there they land and join hands and turn into real people. We talked to each band member and asked them if there's anything that they like to do, or just trying to get a sense of what each person's journey might be. And didn't Flea just say something about, I like the idea of a bear, of me shitting in the woods, and a bear shitting in the, I don't know, it was something about a bear and him, and in the woods, and someone was shitting.
That girl that I run into with a big tattoo on her belly, that's from a picture that Anthony had of a girl. I'm like fighting the loggers and being nature guy and want to save the trees and going through the woods and stuff. And
we each had to go to some place in Beverly Hills where the doctors take the pictures of your head from every possible angle so they can give that to the computer people so they can make the caricature of you.
John really loves Da Vinci a lot. They show, the Mona Lisa there, then they have Da Vinci, invented this flying contraption, and John's in a Da Vinci flying contraption.
Anthony, we knew he was going to be driving this car, and we asked him what he wanted on the license plate, and he loved the Germs, this punk band from LA, so he just put Germs on there. There was this one game, Crazy Taxi.
That was the biggest inspiration, I think, for this.
Where this taxi just drives around and is able to go up on sidewalks and run over people. We knew that the whole gaming world was going to change with the next generation of video games. And at the time, PlayStation 2 was not available in America, so we were able to get a gray market version of the game, or of the box, from Japan. So we showed them all these new Japanese games that completely raised the bar in terms of realism and detail. You want to use the giant donut? Sure, let's build it. How big do you want it? You want a car to fly through it? Sure, no problem.
Yeah. You want him to fly out of the car and land on a dragonfly? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Getting these, video game versions of the band was the hardest, most stressful. I just remember going, that doesn't look anything like Flea. Oh God, they're just gonna think, they look like freaks. And they didn't even make any comments on how they looked, really. John was a big Leonardo da Vinci fan, so it was just like, okay, well, yeah, we'll put him in one of his flying machines. You just do anything, and I think it's sort of liberating to think, well, anything's possible, because we're gonna create it all in CG.
I guess this is the first time in a video that I ever showed my arms, since my arms have been scarred, because my arms are pretty badly scarred. I guess people are always wondering, so I might as well say that that the way that my arms got the way that they look was from abscesses, which came from shooting huge amounts of drugs. The results could have been a lot worse, so I'm happy to have the scars from a period of my life where I was living destructively, just as a sign of what I've been through. And these days I'm being healthy and taking care of my body is so important to me. But looking at it here, it seems like my arms have gotten better since then, so it's nice to see.
You know, Jonathan and Valerie are great filmmakers, and they did a really interesting creative job, and I'm happy that they did it.